He'll come say hi if I give him one more biscuit. And he's been a good boy this morning. He's been putting up with my nonsense video after video. I know! Gotta come up here. Gotta say hi. Say hi, everybody. Sit. What do you do? Alright, good job. So, it's all hot in here. I've been busy doing videos, organizing Funko Pops. Funko Pops, and that is why we are here. We are here to do a Funko Pop Tag that is going around. And I was tagged by my good friend Steven at Flipping the Nerd. And it is, the tag that is going around is, what Funko Pops, would you want made that are not out now, that you would, that you would like to see made. And he made his video, like, a few days ago, and he had tagged me, and he had messaged me last night on Facebook, wondering if I had seen his video, and asking if he knew that, if I knew that he had tagged me, and I had. I was thinking, I was thinking, which ones I would come up with, and I've thought about this before, and I know there is some that are being made that are coming out this year that were on my list. One being the Dark Crystal, and that had been on my list. But I also thought, because something that's similar to that franchise, that I wondered, well, if they're making those, no, you don't sit. If they're making those, why aren't they making Labyrinth? Why aren't they making Labyrinth Pops? They're both from Jim Henson and Brian Froud Productions. If you don't know who Brian Froud is, he is the artist who created the designs for the creatures we see in Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal. He is one of my most favorite artists in the world. In fact, I have, pull my hair! I have one of his fairies tattooed over my heart. That's the Fairy of Dark Despair. She came from a book called Good Fairies, Bad Fairies. He's just one of my most favorite artists. He also did the creatures in Mirror Mask. So, now that they're doing the Dark Crystal, I really hope they do Labyrinth. So, that just happened to come to mind. I actually have the book from the Dark Crystal. And I actually have a book that, from Brian Froud for the art of the Dark Crystal, but I digress. Anyway, I wrote a list of some of the pops I would like to see made into Funko Pops. Some other ones would be, from some movies, would be the Princess Bride. I would love some Princess Bride Pops. Now, I know one of the very first Funko Pops was Alex DeLarge from A Clockwork Orange, and there were like only 12 made. And I've seen everybody say, like so many people say, oh, that would be their Grail Pop because they would like to turn around and sell it so they could, buy all the pops that are on their wish list. And I would want it because that's just one of my most favorite films since I was 6 years old. Malcolm McDowell is my favorite actor. He was one of my late mother's favorite actors, and meeting Malcolm McDowell was just like one of the most amazing times of my life. My mother had just passed. I had just been diagnosed with cancer, and meeting him was just like a dream come true for me. And so, I've just always been such a big fan of his fans. Been such a big fan of his films. And so, that's why I would want that pop. You know, so it really irks me when people say that's their grail because they would just turn around and sell it. People have absolutely no respect for that pop and what, you know, what it really means or anything. That people aren't really a fan of that, you know, that film or anything having to do with it. So, you know, that just really pisses me off when I see people say, you know, how much they want. They don't know anything about that film, anything about Malcolm McDowell. Oh, it just makes me so angry. But I would love to see a line of Clockwork Orange Funko Pops. Just 4, though. Alex DeLarge and his 3 Droogs. Pete, Georgie, and Dim. I would just love a set of those. They would be freaking amazing. I definitely would love to see those come out as a set. That's really as far as like film ones. As far as film ones go, that I like to see. I would love to see some classic actors and actresses. I think that has a lot to do because, and I've said this before, with me being adopted, my adopted parents were a little bit older, so I grew up on, you know, like a lot of like older films. So I wrote some down just like to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, like James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, Betty Page, Clark Gable, Shirley Temple, Charlie Chaplin, people like that. I would so buy that. I don't think a lot of people, I know a lot of people don't believe that I'm 42 years old. A lot of people think I'm half my age. But, I don't think a lot of people, younger generations, would probably buy pops like that. So, I don't see that any like that would probably be made. I don't think there would be a very big market for it. But I personally would like to see them made. I would buy them. But, you know, that's just me. I don't ever see that happening, though. Just because, like I said, I don't think that they would probably make much profit off those. Because, I think most pop collectors are probably younger, you know, younger generations than me, and they probably don't know who most of these people are nowadays. Other than like Marilyn Monroe, maybe a few people might know who Betty Page is, but aside from Marilyn Monroe, a lot of those people are going to be lost on younger generations, and that's sad. Anyway, moving on. I would love to see some pops dealing with, you know, famous people throughout history, you know, more historical figures. Could be a little controversial. Again, I think this might be lost on younger generations because, let's just face it, younger people nowadays are stupid. And please don't leave nasty comments on my video about this. But, you know, I'm sorry. Education nowadays in this country just freaking sucks. And, you know, maybe it's because, you know, I have Asperger's and I'm a lot smarter than a lot of people. And I had a better education than most people. So maybe that's why I have a better appreciation for history. But I would love to see some educational and historical figures in pops. That's why I wish we had like more of the book pops. Like a lot of people like the Cthulhu pops, but I guarantee the majority of people that like the Cthulhu pop like him just because he's cool looking. Not because it has to do with the fact he's a literary character. I'm sure the majority of them have never picked up a Lovecraft book ever. So, some historical characters, and not just necessarily historical, they might be, not just historical, maybe writers, authors, philosophers, inventors, scientists. I mean, it could be just, or even the subject of a piece of art. It doesn't matter. Just anybody throughout history we might associate with. And here's some examples. Edgar Allan Poe, Shakespeare, Einstein, Tesla, Gandhi, Mark Twain, MLK, Mozart, Mona Lisa, Stephen Hawking. I want a Stephen Hawking pop. Even Malala, if you don't know who Malala is, she was the young girl who was shot by the Taliban for trying to get an education for girls in the Middle East. I would love one for her just because for what she stands for. So, you know, more pops like that. And again, I don't think, you know, I don't think pops like that would do well. I don't think, you know, even though that still relates to pop culture, you know, most people don't care about educational things in the world. As sad as it is, but it's still part of pop culture. But whatever. That's still stuff I care about. I would buy. So anyway, I would like to see more musician type pops. We've had Sid Vicious or the Sex Pistols, which I don't have that set, and I would like that set, especially the Sid Vicious one. I want that Sid Vicious pop. I want it so bad. I love the Sex Pistols. We've had Ozzy. I haven't been able to obtain that one either. I would love to have the Misfits Fiend pop. I came into the pop game too late. Those are three that I would really, really, really love to have in my collection. And being on disability, that's funds I don't have to dish out for them. But I would kill to have those three pops so badly. But I would love to see more musician pops, especially with punk and classic rock, because those are two genres of music I really, really like. Two I would love to have is, I would love to see a Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, even a Jerry Garcia. I'd love a Jerry Garcia pop. And I heard in the next year or two, there's going to be a Marilyn Manson pop. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that is true, oh my God, gotta have him. And lastly, I gotta end on horror theme pops, because today I just unboxed my first set of horror pops. I got Nosferatu and Pinhead, and I got some Puck-Up Pops in a tin with Sam, Jason, and Freddy. So those are my very first horror pops. Some horror pops that I would like to see. If you haven't seen the film Nightbreed, I would love to have a line of the monsters from Nightbreed. They would be freaking amazing. They're also crazy looking. I would love to have a set of those. Each and every one of them. Two creatures from the film Pan's Labyrinth. The Fawn and the Pale Man. Creature with the eyes in his palms. Pumpkinhead, if you remember that film. And I don't know if this is exactly, I would classify it as horror / science fiction. But Swamp Thing, if you remember that film from the 80s. I would love to see a Swamp Thing pop. Absolutely love that film. It's brilliant. Cheesy, but brilliant. But I would love to see a Swamp Thing pop. But yeah, that is my Funko Pop tag list. I think most people have done this, but I'll tag a few folks. If you haven't done it and you want to do it, you know, by all means, and please let me know if you do it so I can watch your video. But the people I'm going to tag, I'm going to tag Carlos Sutton's Toy Finds, Old Man Funko, and Fat Man in the Beard. And I don't know if Fat Man in the Beard will be able to do it. I know he's got a new job and he's busting arse for this new job, so he's not around a whole lot these days. So, but I will include links to all their channels. They have amazing channels, so please check them out. Subscribe, show them love. I will also post a link to Flipping the Nerds channel. Check him out. His channel is amazing as well. So go check him out. And so that's it. We are out of here. And I will also in this video with little video of my own pop collection. It's small. We don't have a very big pop collection. You know, kind of an expensive hobby, and I just don't have the funds to get into it as much as I'd like. But I'll tell you, while my pop collection may not be very big, what I do have is pretty awesome. I'm proud of the tiny little collection I have. So, but that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Padfoot says peace out too. Except for he's peacing out with an app over here. So, bye. So yeah, my pop collection isn't too big, but like I said, what I have is got some very excellent stuff in there. A lot of it is mostly exclusive stuff. I've got one actually on the way, the Hot Topic Harry Potter Quidditch exclusive pop. So I still got one more on the way, but I've got a lot of exclusives. The Batman Beyond Fugitive Toys metallic exclusive, and all the Rainbow Batman Entertainment Earth exclusives. I won those from the special F-Box I got back in June. I believe that was June. So as you can see, most of my Funko Pops are exclusives. And then I got my first horror pops today, the Nosferatu Pinhead and the horror pops in the tins. Those are new. I have those two Hello Kitties by my Hikari and Hello Kitty army over there. And I got my 3 Funko figures. Yeah, I just have a small Funko collection thus far. But I'm proud of my small collection. But that's it. Bye.